Hi guys, so I decided to try to record one of my Inktobers. I actually recorded this a few weeks ago and I just hadn't gotten up the courage to record the audio for it, but we're gonna try and do that. So this was for Inktober day 3. I was following the Botanical Witches theme by Jamila something. I don't actually know how to pronounce it, but she's really an awesome artist and her Inktobers have been beautiful. So I will link her below and hopefully you guys can go check her out. Um, so actually we just missed it, but a minute before I pulled the drawing away to look at my sketches. I really like to sketch really small thumbnails of my drawings on a separate sheet of paper, and I usually use ballpoint pen, you can see there again, and then I'm transferring it over in pencil on a nicer piece of paper. And so you can see I'm starting to work on the acorns and acorn leaves, but I don't really draw a lot of acorns or acorn leaves, so I looked up some reference on Pinterest. That's where I look up everything most of the time, and I'm just trying to get in the details here. I think at this point I'm just about done with the pencil sketch. Yep, and here is the inking process. I'm getting started. I'm using some microns, and honestly I think I used too small of a micron pen here because my lines are all super scratchy and too tiny, and they really didn't need to be. So I'm just drawing, and I think I will take a break from talking for a second and just let you watch. As you can see here, I'm just adding some details to the face. I usually like to get it mostly done before I start anything else because I feel like if you don't get the face fixed at the beginning, if I come back to it later and the rest of my drawing is done and then the face gets messed up, I would be heartbroken. So I try to get the face done first, and then if I mess it up I can just restart the whole drawing and it won't be quite as much of a loss as if I waited until the very end. And I'm having a lot of fun drawing the little details with the acorns. I'm not sure if they look like acorns or not. I don't really make a habit of drawing acorns, but I thought it'd be really cute to give her little acorn earrings. I could have been a lot more creative with this drawing, to be honest, but I was so nervous recording it. I am one of those people that I get so nervous and locked up whenever someone's watching me draw, and I felt like I could feel people watching me draw through the video camera even though nobody was really there. So adding in the hair, and the hair looked so cute in the sketch. I really liked it, but I honestly don't like the way it came out in the ink drawing. So if you see later on, I actually come back in and I think I just fill it all in with black. And here I'm adding the details to the hat. some acorns and some acorn leaves, making use of that reference I found earlier to make sure they look like the proper type of leaves. I don't usually draw this kind of leaf, but I thought it looked really interesting. It's a very different shape. So just gonna go back to letting you watch for a bit. I think here is the part, yeah, where I start filling in the background. I decided to just give it a solid black background. It was a really simple drawing, and I really just wanted the portrait to pop at least. So I am just using some markers to fill it in. I used a smaller one to get around the edges and get some detail at first, and then I came back in with a much bigger brush pen that I have to fill in the rest. And now that the background ink has dried, I'm just coming back in to add details to everything. I love drawing the little folds and details in the fabric. I'm not very good at it yet, but I'm photobombing the video a little bit. Sorry, I tried really hard to stay out of it, but I guess I got in here or there a little bit. It was really a challenge to try to figure out the best setup so that I could see the drawing and get in there for details without sticking my face in the video camera. So hopefully it goes away soon. Sorry about that. But yes, so I'm drawing in the details of the fabric. It's really fun to make it look like it's got all the little ruffles and folds. I'm a big fan of poofy sleeves and fabric. It's fun to draw for me. So I'm just doing that. I'm adding in the details that I have also of the hat. I think I missed that. And the hat and the leaves. So, and now the details on the face. And I think we're getting close to done with the inking. Yep. So here is my brush pen and watercolor set I use. It's actually a travel watercolor set, but I don't use watercolors enough to buy a nice set, and this set works really well. So yes, I'm going in and adding in the color to the hair because I hated how it came out. And adding in some simple shading. I honestly don't know if I like how it came out with all of the watercolors. I was debating whether or not I wanted to do that at all this year with Inktober. It felt so simple and boring as just the portrait that I wanted to add in something a little extra so it wasn't so plain. So that's all I'm doing here is I'm just going through some toning and some details with that watercolor pen, and I am holding onto that paper towel really tight. I was so nervous. But yes, I'm gonna go ahead and let you just watch for a minute. I'm sorry if during this process at all, if a video is too dark or if it's out of focus. As I said, this is my first time trying. I don't have a lot of lighting in my room to record with, but I tried to get it to be lit enough that you could see it well, and I don't know how the focus works on my camera, so I kept having to pause the video and check on it to make sure it was focused right, but I'm not entirely sure it was focused the entire time. I think we're coming to the end here on this, maybe a minute or two, I think. So you can see I'm going back in and messing with this hair again. I really should have just left it alone because I just keep making it worse and worse, I think. I really did how the hair came out on this one. I was quite disappointed with that, but I really was having fun going in and adding some additional shading details to the whole drawing after I had set out some shading with the watercolors. And I really like how the dress and the shirt came out and how the hat came out, just not that hair, and really I don't really like the face either, but that's okay. So we're coming to the end, and I hope that you liked watching this. If you want to see more, just let me know. If you like seeing more real-time inking or real-time drawing, painting, I'd really like to know what you guys think, what you would like more or less of, and this is the finished drawing. Hope you guys enjoyed.